Welcome to Topstep Funded Trader Interview. I'm Eddie Horn, and today we've got Raymond. Raymond has been with us, he's been funded with us, and of course, he has seen success. And we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But hey, before we get to Raymond, please make sure your pencils are sharpened, ink in your pen, because taking notes does and will help you in the long run.
Absolutely.
Without further ado, Raymond, how are you today?
I'm excellent. How are you, Eddie?
I'm pretty good. Thank you very much for being here with us. And Raymond is a funded trader that has gotten a payout, which is very nice to see, moving through the system and actually getting that reward. Now, Raymond, tell us about yourself a little bit.
Well, I'm originally, I guess you can call me a computer geek. I guess originally I was in the computer industry, working in the quality assurance space. But I've always, had an interest in trading. So over time, I guess I obviously, like many others, tried it on my own. Found it to be very difficult, and I came across your group. I'm not exactly sure how, and eventually to Mr. Hoagland, and here I am.
Awesome. What led you to pursue a career in trading?
Well, I think it's the fact that one, it's the flexibility of it, right? You can come and go as you please. Uh, you're not working for the man, so to speak, right? You're only working, kind of working on your legacy and your how do you say, your growth, right? I mean, it's you're not depending on anyone else to kind of feed you, right? So I think that was kind of the biggest motivating factor. I like the fact that it's flexible. I can do this anywhere, from my own, from my desk, as long as I have internet access and a reasonably good computer, then yeah, I can trade.
It's whatever you put in is what you get out.
Excellent. Yeah, exactly
You know,
right.
and you got to do the homework. So I like your approach. Now, what's your preferred market to trade in, and can you tell us why?
It's interesting. I've gravitated to the commodities market. I think I started with equities, and to be honest with you, I had some time. I had a little bit of a difficulty in kind of wrapping my brain around it. Especially Nasdaq, for example, was one of those markets that were just too crazy, too much of a wild horse for me. Created heart palpitations, you name it,
Right.
right? So I think what gravitated me to the commodities, specifically gold and crude, there is predicted behavior certain times of the day, right? And is this predicted behavior? I'm not When I say predicted behavior, it's you know happens 80% of the time or 75% of the time, and I think I use that information to my benefit, right? Where I really was having a tough time finding that kind of thing. It does exist. It does surface its head, but not as consistently as I see it in the commodities market. So I think that was probably the main one. As I was tracking and doing back testing and things of that nature, I found some activity that happens certain times of the day. Whether it's and it's that activity that I try to take advantage of.
And taking advantage of it, you did very well. It's like finding your groove.
Right.
I mean, some of us are trading markets that we really shouldn't be trading,
It's true.
and it's finding that market that sort of both you can coexist
Yes.
and you can work with.
And,
Some
and maybe
markets
it's a
are
little bit of a rhythm, I would say. Maybe a little bit of a rhythm that
okay.
you get with a certain market. You start to feel a pulse of how the market is moving, and it kind of aligns with your kind of rhythm, I would say.
Right. Sometimes it takes a little while to find that, but sometimes
Yeah.
we hit it right away.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, Raymond, how do you stay up to date on market trends and news?
Well, that's actually part of my daily routine. So I have one of the things I focus in on is sentiment for the day, and I do a top down analysis, right? So I start with a very large time frame, and then I kind of work my way down. And then my focus for the day, I think, is the 4 hour. Let's say I go 4 hour, 30 minutes, that kind of thing, and maybe an hour. Um, so I do a top down analysis of how price action and where the market is, and the areas that price is auctioning, I guess. And then I look at the news. I look and see, hey, is there anything that could potentially put a wrench in my thoughts, right? Something that could cause the market to move in, a Fed announcement or things of that nature, right? So I put those kinds of things, or even inventory reporting, crude, for example. So I look at those kinds of things, and I'm a little wary, honestly, when there's a big event. I oftentimes I'll just sit that day through on the sidelines.
Right.
I don't even bother because it's not going to behave the way I've learned it to behave. Right? There's going to be something that comes out of some news item that's going to potentially cause the price to act in ways that you don't expect.
Right. It's I like to say that I sit the curbside and watch the parade go by.
Yeah,
You
exactly,
know,
exactly. I said it's just I'll eat popcorn and watch the movie because
exactly. You
that's
got it.
the best you can do.
Raymond, what do you think are good qualities that make a trader successful?
I would say patience. I think you have to be both patience and discipline. I think are two of the qualities I think that are required to be a good trader. There are days that I come in all super anxious to want to trade, and I have to curb that feeling. I have to go out and do something else. I don't want to come into the market feeling hungry, right? I want to come into the market as objective and neutral as I can because it's that mindset that's going to get me into trouble, right? If I come into the market, oh, I got to make my $500. Let's go make my $500. Well, you're probably going to get into a B setup or maybe a C setup, right?
Right.
It's the patience and the discipline to wait for your levels, to wait for the price action to do what you know it needs to do to follow your plan. I think, is a mark of a good trader.
Right. Patience, like you said,
Patience and discipline, I would say.
patience, discipline.
Yeah.
I like that. You're not jumping in right away.
Correct. Yeah. No.
Um,
I basically reserve the first hour of the day of any market. Gold in this case, from 5:30 to 6:30. I'm just on the sidelines watching, doing my sentiment analysis, looking at the news and that kind of thing. The same is true of crude. First hour of trade, I just sit on the sidelines, do my
right.
homework, right? And it's after that period that I start to look for my opportunities.
Great. That's something that hopefully that those that are taking notes
Mm,
have taken that note.
mm.
That's good stuff, Raymond. All of us here, better trading, we're all looking to continue to grow. What are you hoping to continue to work on the most right now?
It's funny that you say that because one of the things that I've been working on is I sometimes, I was working on, and one of the reasons for the payout was that I was cutting my winners short, right? I was in a winner, and whether it's anxiety of booking a profit or whatever the case may be, um, she said, well, I can't let this be a loser kind of thing, right? So I've been working recently on making sure that I let my winners run, right? Let my winners run, and I know where I'm wrong, right? That's where my stop loss is. I know where it should go, and I just need to let it happen. And I think that was probably one of the biggest things that I had to work on. I said over the last 2 months is not being so excited or nervous that you close a trade, grasshopper out of the trade.
Right. Well, you got to be selective. I mean, this is all about you. I mean, you're the CEO of your company. You're the
Correct.
one making the big decisions,
Correct.
and you want to make sure the company's moving forward.
Correct.
So props on that.
Correct.
Um, let's talk about Top Step. Has Top Step made you a better trader?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, I came when I first came to Top Step, I was a mess. I had probably, I don't know how many different combines I had blown up, right, reset, whatever the case may be. Maybe, and also probably, blown up a few accounts. So I really felt that one, I needed to come to somebody who's done it before. Two, someone that could not only educate me but hold me accountable, right? And that's how I found Topstep and Mr. Hoagland, where I went through the what's that program? I guess they call it.
Good old Hogue. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Make
went
Hogue
through
money.
the education process with him,
Right.
learned a ton from him with respect to market profile, um, so the education side, and then just kind of working on my mindset, working on finding my setups, finding my niche, right, my market that kind of resonates with me, right, and then recently I've been working on, once I'm in the trade, I know where it's going, I know where I'm wrong, let it happen, let it take place.
Okay. Now, there are a lot of rules in life in general. There are rules here at Top Step also. What one Top Step rule helped you the most?
Well, I would say two of them. I would say daily limit, of $1,000 daily limit, and I would say you might have relaxed this a little bit now recently, but not trading through markets and not trading through big announcements, right? Keeping us on the sidelines. I think those are probably the two rules that have kind of, one held me accountable, two kept me safe.
Okay, cool. See, the thing is, Raymond, you're being smart about approaching the market. And, we all love to trade. We all get like overly excited.
Yeah,
When I log in, it's like right away, I'm looking for uh, that move right away. Is there an opportunity right now?
right.
And sometimes, I mean, you've got to pull yourself back. You got to say, okay, let's just slow things down a bit. You
Right.
don't want to jump in right away, and you've got a good practice on doing the right thing there. Um, Let me ask you, since I'm very appreciative of you being on here with us, what do you like most about Top Step?
Well, like I said, it's like a well, the first love is trading. Okay, the
Of
second
course,
love is finding somebody who has the same passion you do. Right, when you find your spouse or whatever the case may be, um, it's great to be paired up with somebody that shares the same passion, and I get that a lot from Top Step and everything, and all the videos and news, that I watch. That's what resonates, your passion or Top Step's passion in trading, right? So
hmm
one thing I don't know, one thing I read recently was you want to hang out with people that you want to be, right? And I think don't hang out with the people, the naysayers, right? They kind of pull you aside and say, oh, that'll never work, right? You want to be surrounded by people who are going to encourage you and hold you accountable and help you reach your dreams. And I think that's kind of what Top Step is for me.
That's awesome. Great answer. Very great answer. All right. Well, Raymond, I appreciate you being with us. But before we go, um, I got two more questions.
Sure.
What do you do besides trading? You got any hobbies, collections? What do you do?
Well, I enjoy playing golf. So while I do the mental gymnastics on the trading floor, I guess, virtual trading floor, I do a little mental gymnastics with myself and challenge myself on the golf course, right? So in much the same way you're challenging yourself, and it's really a game about you in trading.
Right.
The same is true of golf, but in a different way. So I really enjoy the sort of the mental challenge of golf and the individual challenge of golf in much the same way I enjoy it in trading.
They do run side by side.
Mm,
You know, the psychology,
the psychology,
you
yes.
know, um, you're always you got to make decisions. You got to plan ahead. And it's a great thing to do. I know a lot of us do play golf
Yeah,
and do use that. All
yeah,
right. Last question here, Raymond.
sure.
Um, this is the fun question. All right. Raymond, you stopped at the corner gas station and
Mhm.
you said, "Hey, I got $5. I'm going to get a lottery ticket."
Mm.
You got that lottery ticket and got back in your car and you scratched it off, and it was $1 million winner. Million
Mm.
dollars. Now my question is, what are you going to do with that million? Let's just say it's tax free.
Yeah. I would love to set up I don't know, Topstep Junior, right?
Or
Where I'm working with kids, on
really,
financial literacy and trading and things of that nature. I don't think we do enough of it. I know the whole financial literacy piece of it in schools, and I would think maybe we can with that $1 million, it would be kind of seed money to help build a company focused on youth, on financial literacy. It doesn't necessarily have to gravitate to trading,
right?
okay, but just the whole aspect of financial trading, financial literacy. I think that's help be able to help the youth with understanding the markets, because the market's getting more and more complex. It's not the same as I remember it. You park your money in the bank and everything's hunky dory. That's not the case anymore. People have to entertain things beyond that. So I think that's kind of what I would do. I think.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea. Mr. Patak, did you hear that? We'll give Raymond a Ray. We're going to call you right after this interview.
Excellent, excellent. I'm happy to sign the dotted line.
But we got to get that lottery ticket first, okay?
Excellent. Yeah, I'll work on that aspect.
All right. Raymond, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Honestly, um, thank you very much for being with us today. For those that have just been educated and added some knowledge, don't forget to like and subscribe. And Ray, any closing words?
Keep your stops tight.
Keep your stops tight and keep your pants on. There you
Yes.
go. Until we meet again, I'm Eddie Horn. Stay focused, stay positive, trade well, take care.